Welcome to the Yoga Connection with Zorananda. The Yoga Connection is a deep dive into everything yoga. Follow along with Zorananda and his guests as they discuss yoga history, spirituality, different practices, and the many misconceptions that have followed along throughout the years of yogic tradition. Hello and good day. Welcome to the Yoga Connection. My name is Zorananda. Happy to be here. Happy to be back. I've had a little bit of a hiatus, recalibrating, figuring things out in my life. And I'm excited to share this next podcast with you. It's with my teacher, Yogrishi Vishvketu. As seemingly always, I had some audio issues recording this one. It just seems like there's this ghost that haunts me, and it particularly loves to affect my sound quality. So what you'll hear in the first maybe 5 to 7 minutes is that everything's okay and it kind of dampens down. I had to adjust all the levels individually in Premiere Pro when I was doing editing because Vishwaji's mic decided to drop out. So bear with that. Otherwise, the audio is fairly clear. You'll just hear a change in volume. So when that comes on, just know that it'll stay that volume throughout. So with that, here is the podcast. Enjoy.
Ram Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram
Sita Ram Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram 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 Sita Ram.
जय हो गुरु महाराज की जय आदिनाथ शिव शंकर भगवान की जय सत्य सनातन वैदिक धर्म की जय बाबा प्रेमनाथ की जय
जय
बाबा हरिदास जी महाराज की जय हरिओम
Hariom.
चलो जी.
First of all, thank you, Vishwaji, for agreeing to do this interview and podcast. It's truly a blessing, and I'm very grateful to not only be able to do this, but also to be in your home and to be surrounded by some friends as a little audience. So this is really, truly great. For those of you listening, Yogrishi Vishvketu is the founder and creator of Akhanda Yoga. He is my yoga teacher. I've done 2 yoga teacher trainings with him, along with workshops as well. So you have a treat in not only hearing the questions that I have for him, but also the wisdom and the knowledge that he has of the yoga lineage and Akhanda Yoga. Part of this interview is also regarding my upcoming book. I have a yoga book that I'm working on, so I structured it so that I can ask questions about ashtanga yoga and the energetic systems and just how to go about having a yoga practice. So say if you're learning about all this stuff like the chakras and the koshas, or if you're learning about ashtanga yoga, the yamas and niyamas, how to approach it in a holistic way and a simplified way so it doesn't have to be so complicated. And that's the wonderful thing about Vishwaji, is he has truly a talent for simplifying things so that it's easily digestible and understandable. So welcome, Vishwaji. Thank you. Maybe what you can do is just maybe just introduce yourself, just as easy as you can, and maybe just like a quick story of how you got into yoga when you were a child. So.
Mm. Namaste. Thank you, Zorananda, and I'm very proud to be here and very happy to be part of your broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
And you asking me several questions.
Yeah, we can just start with
Introduction.
How was it that you got into yoga?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, yoga is not something I got into it. It was just already programmed in this body and with this soul. So many things just I knew and I never learned from anyone, like a Noli Kriya, Tratak, meditation. That's what just happening to me. And from childhood, I really like to be silent. So like a child, until 4 years, I did not speak any single word. So that was my silent practice and sadhana. And the story goes like that. Not a story, it is the real thing. In previous life, I was carry that body. For some reason, I have to leave earlier than to complete my 4 year silent. So before I start my life journey, I wanted to complete my sankalp of the 4 year of my silent. That's why I was silent in the 4 years. My parents was very concerned and giving me all kind of the treatment because my father was also Ayurvedic doctor.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's how my life is beginning.
And that's interesting because at such an early age, let's say like from the time you're born to when you're 4 years old, where there's something operating in you, there's something guiding you intelligently, where people outside, they're not going to understand that, right? They're going to see this child and think that there's something wrong because you're not speaking. But for you to know intuitively at such a young age, I think is obviously the clear sign, like you said earlier, that you didn't get into yoga. It's not like kind of here in the West where most people, they kind of live their lives and then maybe they have an injury or they have something that they're dealing with and they like get into yoga, right? They're like, oh, I went to a yoga class and it felt good stretching. Where in this case, there's something more profound and deeper in, like you said, like you're already programmed with it and you're acting on it at such a young age. So I think that can lead me to kind of the next question of going into Ashtanga yoga and like the morality of it, right? So where then you are programmed with yoga. Did you find that at a young age as well, there were some things that you were acting upon, like ahimsa or satya or like brahmacharya, that those parts of Ashtanga yoga were also natural in your upbringing?
Yes, it's like first thing you talk about people in the West or modern time. People come into yoga if they are injured or if they are hurt or if they have some emotional problems and things. That's most of people comes into yoga class. Yes, yoga is first thing. It's so powerful tool. It does heal your physical body, mental body, emotional body. No matter is from the past, no matter from trauma, whatever, yoga have so much ability to heal you. Yoga is the not just practice to heal this physical and emotional things. Yoga practice actually is the wisdom of your soul. It light up your soul. When your soul is light up, no matter what happened to this physical body, no matter what happened in this emotional body, you can light up everything. But when your soul is getting squeezed or your soul is getting contracted with so many things, mhm, so then it's very harder to, no matter what type of the diet you are eating, no matter what type of the book you are reading, no matter what type of the course you are doing to uplifting and all of that. The main things in this body is your soul. So yoga practice recharge your soul to uplift. When his soul is recharge your intellectual. Intellectual recharge your mental body to whatsoever you make the choices. Mental body when is alignment, then your five senses work better. You observe things better and positive way. So that's what's yoga doing. Now you ask me about the next question was about Ashtanga yoga.
Mhm.
Is Ashtanga yoga is a philosophy, is a practice. But here I want to explain few things. Ashtanga yoga, sometimes people get confused. Ashtanga yoga is the start of the yoga. No, yoga has been before even Ashtanga yoga, from thousands of years before. Actually, Maharishi Patanjali formed 196 Yoga Sutras. So now Ashtanga Yoga was very organized on the emotional and psychological level for people to go into the practice step by step. So when Patanjali is talking about yam and niyama, Ashtanga Yoga like a eight step, yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. So in West, people forget about yam and niyam. This is the foundation of your practice, foundation of your success. Anything you do in your life, these are the very important. And then people start to do just jumping, pumping. And then they start to call this is Ashtanga Yoga or Ashtanga. That's even is misguiding, misconfusing people. Ashtanga Yoga does not start from asana. Ashtanga Yoga is start from to fix yourself, your behave, internal and external. Hmm? Yam and Yam means is to create the right environment so you can grow, internal and external. Mhm. So that is the very important. Like you are want to go to travel to India, but if you don't have the proper prepared yourself, you can't reach to India. You will be have so many hurdles. So yam and niyam is the preparation for your rest of the practice, rest of your sadhana. So people miss this big time, the yam and yam, and then they start to jumping, pumping, and keep tearing down the mats and changing mats and all kind of things. So yoga is start from your create the right environment. That's how you go to the ashrams. What ashram is providing? Ashram is providing a environment to you. So you don't have to concern about your food, your clothes, your this and that, lots of things. Just to create right environment and immediately transformation will start happen. And then asana, then pranayam, then pratyahara and dharana. So that's what happened when I was age of my 8. So then they sent me. They didn't, my parents does not want me to send the ashram. I wanted to go to the ashram.
Mhm.
So that's how I start my young and here.
Yeah.
So that's why the part of the already day to day living. So that's why for me a little bit easier to because I went into the ashram and that is the design for to create the right foundation. And
Mhm.
when you have right foundation, when
Oops.
your body is growing, it is have so many change. changes the chemically, changes the society, loss of all. Yes, I do had all of that. But my daily yoga practice is the key to keep me balanced. Balance in physically, balance me in the chemically, and balance to stay connected to with my soul. And for me, if it is my soul is happy, no matter what, I can balance it. If is my soul is contracted, then no matter how is the environment is outside is good, I can't balance. So
Mm.
yoga is the practice to recharge your soul.
Yeah, what I found helpful for myself, especially with the yamas and the yamas, was just to look at one of them
Mm-hmm.
that like really stuck out for me because there's 10 of them, right? And it can be kind of overwhelming to try to look at each one and try to learn, and it could be overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the one that stuck out was ahimsa,
Mm-hmm.
and just considering what non-harm is. And I first looked at the environment around me and I was like, well, how am I causing harm to either people or to myself, and even to just kind of living creatures around? So I had a practice of like, okay, well, I'm not going to squish mosquitoes. Luckily, I live in Canada where I'm not going to get some disease, so I can just kind of shoo them off. I'm going to not squish ants. I'm going to be kind to animals. And what I found is that the more I went into ahimsa like that on a daily basis,
Mm-hmm.
the other ones started to open up. And then I started to have a capacity of like, oh, I'm going to look at satya. Okay, how am I being truthful? How am I not being truthful? And then getting into like the niyamas. So for anyone listening, um, that may be your best course of action of just pick one and really focus in on that one, and you'll see how intuitively you might be drawn to some of the others. And I'll have links in the description of like where to find some of this information. I'll have links to the Akhanda Yoga website as well, because there's just a plethora of classes that Vishaji offers. And so I want to segue into the energetics, because there's something that you just said about like contracting and expanding the
Mm-hmm.
soul. And I think that goes into the koshas pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have to really go into all of them, but maybe if there's one that you think is like kind of related to that idea, if it's maybe like pranamaya kosha or
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, it is run. That's the other thing is mm, lots of people really want to do practice of yoga. There is no doubt. But when they arrive to the center or teachers, then is they miss the what they actually wanted to learn. Is guided into the totally something different. When people come to yoga, they are not looking intuitively about exercise. They're looking more than exercise. To understand and more than exercise, then you need to understand of your layers, existence. And that's where this five koshas is come. Five koshas is unmakos layer of this physical body to experiencing this physical body in many levels. Hmm? Then another layer is comes pranamakos, energetic body. Then it's come monomakos. Everybody is very exciting here in the modern time. Monomakos. Monomakos is very spread and very confused. Mhm. Then is come Vijnanamakos. Then Vijnanamakos is very little expansion there. Very few people are awakened or aware of the Vijnanamakos. Vijnanamakos is something experiencing no one taught you. What you're experiencing in monomachos, just everyone is dumping things into your You should do this, you should do that, you make should this way, that way. Your body got from your parents is some always is given to you. Mhm. You from school to parents, parents to culture, culture to the countries, and all of is given, given, given. That's monomekos. But Vijnanamekos is something where you direct experience is not given what you actually have it. That's Vijnanamekos. And then is Anandamekos is comes where you feel deep contentment. That's where you feel bliss. That's where you feel bliss. In Pranamekos, now you ask me to talk about the Pranamekos. Pranamekos is energetic body, which energy is running this whole physical body and making a bridge between this body and to mental body in Manomekos. So Pranamekos is so large, so powerful, and it can heal you. It can heal you in physical level, it can heal you emotional, mental level. But Pranamekos is get disturbed, then it's become very difficult to just even to take care of this physical body. So to receive Pranamekos, there is a four source. One source of the working on the breath. Just there is so many beautiful pranayam practice, and that is give you life force energy. Second source of the pran to receiving is your food. You have really good food to help you, and your food can actually make very difficult in this body and also in mental body. Even can disturb your mental body with the food. In beginning, Zorananda talk about the non-harming ahimsa. For me, ahimsa is start from my kitchen. Mhm. What you are eating, what you are offering, is start from your kitchen. Then is turned into the vachik. Vachik means what you speak. Mm? Then is become karmic. What type of the work you do, it should not be harm anyone. Mhm. So then pranamikos, second source is your food. What type of the food you are offered to your body. Third one is your environment. Your environment can charge you or take your energy. Your environment can heal you or can make you sick. Your environment is very, very important. Hmm? Because this body 24 hours is receiving, observing, observing. Hmm? And so where you will put this body, whatever the environment you put this body, will observe that information. So environment is very important. That's why if you go to the retreat center, that's why you go to the ashram, that's why you go to in forest, in jungle, in quiet space, immediately you start to feel better. So then fourth one is bringing your karma or action in right way for well-being. So fourth one is connecting to the higher self and bringing well-being in your action. That is very important. If we if we eating if we breathing good, eating well, good environment, next thing is comes you like to do something. We are doer. Human being like to do things. But if you're not doing, then you are that energy is not flowing. These are the four things. You do something really you believe in it. You do something it is for well-being, for every good. Mhm. So then energies flow. So these are the four source of the pran, life force energy. to continue to balance, circulate, and move. So that's it.
Yeah, and that's really beautiful, and there's a little connection there to one of the niyamas, santosha, contentment. And I find that in our, especially now in our modern world, there seems to be a disconnect from contentment. And when I was taking that on as a practice, as I was going through the niyamas, um, I started to just look out in the world and to see how nature naturally is very content. Like you look at the trees don't complain that they can't move, that they just can't take up their roots and leave. They're in one place and they stay there for their entire life. Another just example that I remember is I was looking out my balcony one day when I was living in a home just off White Ave, and I saw this squirrel on a rooftop, and the squirrel was there for like 20 minutes without moving. It just stood there, and I was just thinking how content naturally it is in just being completely still without having to um, think about it, right? And so that's what got me to start understanding within my own body what it means to be content within myself, and how, like you were saying about the four elements of pranamaya kosha, of you will naturally embody contentment when you are breathing right, when you're eating the right food, when you're in the right environment and you're acting on it. Because then your confidence in yourself just shines through, right? And you're just going to be content with what you do because you're not doubtful, and you're excited and you're joyful, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Contentment is it's just very when you are just resting in your true self. That's what Patanjali is talking in the third Yoga Sutra. Tadadrashtu Sarupe Avasthana. Resting in your true self. And your true self is blissful, joyful, playful, expandable, loving, kind, giving, receiving. That is the nature of our true self. And that's where this contentment is come. And contentment is we have to retrain it because we get so much stimulated our five senses. We always want this, that, they want to do this. So much stimulation with the foods, with the sceneries, with the ads, with the news. So our system is always so much stimulation, and there is not even to sit down 5 minutes. Sitting 5 minutes has become painful. So really, when you do yoga practice, that's the one thing is training to just do Sthira Sukhamasana. Just sit down, no moving around. Sit down, Sthira Sukhamasana. Just easiness, whatever you in the position. And like you do yoga nidra, that's it, the training to be still, to be relaxed. To be meditation is the training to be still and relaxed. And traditionally, when someone is come to teacher to learn yoga, first thing they would ask, how long your meditation practice, how long you can sit down still without moving. And I know the teachers, if you can't sit down for 1 hour, they will not accept you. You're not prepared for that level of the training. And if here to asking someone 1 hour practice sitting is they even can't think. I'm teaching meditation and this from long time. Like even after 10 minutes, people start to moving. Even 5 minutes, they may start to making excuse. Bodies will start to making excuse. Mind will start to make excuse. So much. So there is no contentment. And that is the Patanjali is talking, Sthir Sukhamasana. And that's also the when you are sit down easy, just retraining, not running around, not keep changing the app, changing the channels. Like okay, let's just sit down. So so much change happening in our life, so much fast happening. It's okay change to happen, but happening changing so fast, and that is not our nature. This body is not handling very well this too much fast change.
Yeah. And I found for myself, over since being on the island here, just the immediate feeling of letting go and letting go of like time structures, because I work in a factory where I'm up at 5 a.m. I'm going to work at 6:30. I'm there at 7. I'm done at 3:30. So each and every day I have this structure, and I wonder if that kind of contributes to this inability to just sit and relax and give yourself time to quiet the mind, because of the way society shapes. Like you were saying with the koshas, where like with Manamaya kosha, it's all of the programming, right? It's the parents, it's the authority, it's the school, it's you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to be up at this time. Where even in something as going to a retreat, going to an island where you can let all that go, and you don't have to worry about time. Like we planned for this at 9:30, and it's like,
Yeah.
we start at 10:30, 11. Um, but what I'm getting at is how um, even some people listening to this can start to adopt a practice, so that even though they still may be in the world, they still may be in that mode of work and all that stuff, and what they can do on their own time to give themselves the permission or the okay to take 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Yeah, just even something simple as a practice to do.
Yeah. So first thing is there is so many things is not in our hands.
Mm-hmm.
So many things. Hmm? These technologies, many things. We only in our hands maybe 5 to 7% max. Hmm? Most of things is happening. Most of things is happening in our life, in our world. We are not even aware. Here is not, I'm not saying don't do anything and then just it. Do your best. Do your best. If things is not happening, is not working, hurry on. Hmm? Things is not happening, is not working, is hurry on. Like you go to the work 5 a.m. And you have to catch the bus. Buses come on time. And if you are keep getting late, missing bus, that's not means just say hurry on. Let's say okay, I was not enough organized. I will catch bus. Be organized myself tomorrow to get the right time there. But if something happen with the nature, is loss of snowfall, and bus is not coming, and you are there and getting upset, Well, it's at you. His nature is not in your hands. You did your best. The rest of things is not your hands. Like this pandemic, that was not in no one's hand. Hmm? And what you can do, nothing except accepting things. Now, it practice what to do in just in few minutes or every day. For me, if you do practice 1 hour a day, you are good for 23 hours. I'm telling again, you do practice 1 hour a day, you get charged for 23 hours. There is no fast charger on this world than your body. It can charge in 1 hour for 23 hours. So that's it, the minimum for me. 1 hour, give to yourself, charge your soul, and you are good for 23 hours.
Perfect. Um, so I think we can wrap it up there. Thank you so much for taking the time today to have these conversations with me and sharing your knowledge. Um, for those of you listening, again, there'll be links to Vishwaji's Instagram page, to his website. What I'm thinking, if it's possible, Vishwaji, if we can do on the Akhanda Online, maybe if they can do like a 1 day trial or something, or if there's something that you guys offer for the listeners, just to get on to a class for free or something, we can set that up. Because that'd be wonderful, because I know people will be asking what they can do to get into a practice. And fortunately, Vishwaji has a vast library of all kinds of practices, from beginner to intermediate to advanced, to the simplest meditations and practices to more advanced ones. So whether you're a beginner or you're along the path of yoga, Vishwaji's teachings are really great for anyone and everyone. So
Thank you. For online classes, yes, I have the platform is called akhandayogaonline.com, and not only 1 day you will get free. I will ask to my team to give a code or what's the um, code or whatever it's called it,
yeah,
or coupon,
yeah,
for 1 month free practice with in this interview. Not
wonderful.
not only 1 day. And there is many type of the practice for your pranayam, practice for 1 hour, 20 minutes, or whatever is work for you. You can practice for 1 hour or 1 month, and after that you can continue. Okay, again, thank you very much, Zorananji, and you're doing such a good work, and I'm very proud of you. You bringing authenticity and things for yoga most people are not talking nowadays, or not learning about it.
Yeah.
Thus, I'm very proud of you, and
Thank
you
you.
very much. Thank you. Namaste to all of you.
Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy.